And welcome to the Colonel Does Feed the Beast. We are on the TPPI server. Thank you for joining us today. So, Super Chisel Cheaty McCheats. I don't know what is going on here, but I was messing around with the Chisel mod, and we are using the Chisel from Chisel. And if you right click it, it doesn't do anything. If you right click it on a block, it goes through the options. If I use shift right click, brings up the menu, no problem. But if I use left click, I have not taken any durability at all. Even if I go into the menu, and let's say I throw down some, let's do a couple blocks of stone. So we're going to chisel this into, there you go, stone bricks and a fancy arrangement. No durability whatsoever. I have myself a super duper honker pick that takes no durability damage whatsoever. And I would imagine that this also works the same way on obsidian. So I don't know. This is kind of it's probably not the intended behavior for this. So I'm assuming this is a bug. So this is for demonstration purposes, and I don't want to use it. So maybe I can drag this demonstration out until I'm all the way down to the level I need to be at. No, I'm not going to do that. But it also goes through dirt at the same time speed. So it's crazy, absolutely crazy. I will make sure that I let the TPPI people know, but it's I'm not sure if it's a mod issue or if it's a configuration issue or what. I don't even know what version of TPPI we're running, to be honest. I'm not sure if there's a way to check that. I know that there's a way to see what mods are in the pack, but I don't know if there's a way to do that with to check the version. So anyway, I thought this was interesting. Alrighty, so we've done a few things in the last little while, few days. So we have I've replaced a couple of the chests, the diamond chest here. Plus we've replaced, I think we had already converted these to iron, but we all the way down the bottom of the mine, which I still don't think I've shown you. We'll drop down there in a minute. We also have, so I needed some glowstone, and I was too lazy to go to the nether. And so using the magical crops, I was able to make some glowstone seeds. And to do that, basically I had some glowstone left over, so I was able to make 16 of these guys. But we use regular essence and just normal seeds. So the regular essence is made up of weak essence surrounded by around regular infusion stone, and we make a regular infusion stone with dye essence and weak infusion stone, and the weak infusion stone is basically a diamond and essence dust. So we made those, and then just made the glowstone seeds. So we did that, and we've been harvesting them occasionally. So I was able to make enough to make the glowstone, not the lamps, but just the glowstone blocks, so that we could light some areas up in the sheep farm, because I have made a few changes to the sheep farm. Looks a little nicer for one, and we've also dug this area out a bit. So now it's a full dome, or cone rather, circular, whatever you want to call it. So we got this settled out, and having a hard time finding my words today for some reason. So what we have back here is a bit of a different way of doing the sheep farming. So if you recall, and you can see the turtle down the end, if you recall, we had the turtle going across the top, and he was shearing down onto the sheep, but the wool was dropping onto the ground, and even though we were trying to do a suck down, and we were trying to get it to basically pull all of the wool up, it wouldn't work because it was like 3 blocks off the ground, and it needed to be at the ground level. So I don't know why I didn't think of it, because this makes a whole lot of sense. But I sent out a request on the ComputerCraft Reddit, and somebody suggested that I have it go around the backside of the sheep and at ground level. So the pens are basically 1 wide, so this works perfectly. So that's what I'm doing here. We'll go through the code in a minute. But actually, we're not going to be able to go through too much of the code because we're using our texture pack. I will link the code in the description below. So it's going to be Shearman 2.0, and we are going to have. I'll put the paste bin up there, so you can paste bin download it into the turtle. But basically, what we've got here is all these little stalls for the sheep, and we're going to put some item frames down here once we get some item frames made up, so that we can show what each stall is for. Now we've got our this chest here. I upgraded to a diamond chest, so we've been able to grab all of this stuff. The only concern that I have right now is that so version 3 basically of Shearman is going to have to accommodate loading of new, basically detecting when the shears are broken, so that he can put new shears back in the inventory of the turtle and pull them out of here basically. And then the other is to refuel. So we're gonna have to figure that out at some point. You know, we're gonna have all of that stuff kind of automated, and we're gonna have stuff pulling out of the floor and whatnot, but we don't have that yet. So we're just slowly stockpiling our wool, which is great. I'm gonna wait for Shearman to come back around. There we go. He's finished his cycle. So basically what he does, and we'll quickly zip through the code, is what we've done with the code is modularized it a bit. You know what? Let me switch back to default texture pack, because I do want to walk through it a bit. All right, so now we're in our default texture pack, and one of the benefits of having getting rid of the wood, the fences, is that the wool doesn't seem to cling to them. So when you're using a full-size block like marble, the wool doesn't. It basically stays in the open space. But when you're using the fences, because they're kind of semi-transparent, the wool can kind of stick in the nooks and crannies. So this is great, because when the turtle's going around, it's going to do a suck job. A suck job every time it goes into one of these spaces. So it's going to grab whatever is there. It's not going to miss anything like it was before. Plus it can get to it all because it's all 1 block away, which is awesome. So what we have is our little turtle guy, and so I did say that I modularized it, and so basically what we've done is we've replaced some of the functions. So we have a turtle.forward function that we use to move the turtle, but in this case we're using a go forward, and we're specifying how far we want it to go forward, and we just put it through a loop. Because when we return from way down there all the way back here, and the same from the other side all the way back, it's about 23 blocks. So we don't want to do 23 of those. So what we're going to do is use a go forward and just specify 23. And as it's coming forward, in case when it shears the sheep, some of the wool falls behind, because when you shear stuff, items just go flying. So what'll happen? Oh, there's Cat Dog Pig Duck. Welcome back, Kata. So so when so let's say he shears the sheep here, right? He's already past this point, and sometimes the wool will just fly off into that adjacent kind of diagonal, so it won't be able to get to it because it's not in front of it. So what we'll do is we'll have, as it's coming back, every time it moves forward, basically using that function, it's going to do a suck. So it's going to move forward and suck, move forward and suck, move forward. I can't believe they used suck for that. So anyway, we're going to move forward and suck for every forward block. So especially when we're specifying a range of blocks to move forward. There are some times where we're just going to use turtle.forward, which is just one space. But for anything more than that, we're just going to use this function. We also have a turn direction. So basically what we are going to do is we're going to specify that this is the left side. So this is facing north. So from the perspective of this, the chest, this is the left side, that's the right side. So when we're going to the left, the turtle is basically going to be doing a lot of left turns. So he's going to take a left turn and go to the end, take a left turn, and then move forward one, and then each time it's doing its shear job within the pen, he's doing a left turn, shearing, grabbing the items, and then he's doing a right turn, going forward, and then doing another left turn. So what we're doing is we're specifying that if you're going to the left side, then we're going to use a left turn. So we're going to say turn. So it's hard to explain. So for the left side, which is over here, if we're using this function, it's always going to turn left, basically. And if we say right, then it's going to turn right. So that way we can basically say we're going to use one shear cycle and specify the direction. So we're going to shear the left side, then the direction is going to be left. If we're going to shear the right side, then the direction is going to be right. In this case here, what we're doing is we're setting a return direction, which is the opposite, so that if we're doing the left side, then when he comes back, he's going to be making right turns. So so this is the shear cycle. So basically, we're setting that return direction, and then a little laggy. So basically, from the chest to the start of the row, we're doing the same thing we did before, except we're not going to go up or down. We're just going to turn to the left in this case. We're going to go forward 3 blocks to the corner. We're going to turn left again, and then we're going to start shearing each of the pens. So we're shearing the pen in the left direction. So we're shearing the left side pens, and I think I've got the shear pen function up here, right? Nope, it's on the bottom. So we do the shear pen on the left side, and then we'll return to the chest. So basically we'll do at the end of the row, good lord, slag, man, stop, there. So when it gets to the end of the row, whether it's on the left side or the right side, we're just going to do a 180. So we're going to turn left twice, and then we're going to go forward 23 blocks, which will take us to the corner in either case. And as it's going, it's going to be sucking in front of it, so if any of the wool has come out, then it'll grab that. And then we're going to turn to the opposite direction. So when it's on the left side, it's going to take a right turn at the end, and then it's going to go forward 3 and then take a right turn, and it's going to be facing the chest. And then at that point, we're going to unload all of the items that it's grabbed, so all of the wool. It's going to unload those. So to do that, you select each slot individually and then drop it. And drop basically drops to the front of the turtle. So we're not on top of the chest, so we're not going to use drop down. We're just going to use drop. So it'll deposit the items into the chest, and then it will do a 180 to face the wall, and then it will basically reset and so that it's ready to run another cycle, which we'll show you in a second. So the shear pen, so on the left side, so selecting the shears, and then it's going to basically do a 2 count, and it's going to go forward and then it's going to turn left. In this case, on the left side, it's going to do forward, go left, place the shears, so basically shear the sheep, and then it's going to wait 2 seconds. And during that time, that's going to allow the wool basically to settle down. So it's, you know, if you have ever noticed when you shear the sheep, the wool kind of flies off, and it could take a couple of seconds for it to just figure out where it's going to end up and stay. So that's what we're going to do here. We're going to wait 2 seconds, and then we're going to grab the wool in front of the turtle. And then if the direction is left, so if we're on the left side, then what it's going to do is it's going to make a right turn to basically face back down the row. So right now it's facing the turtle to shear it, and then we go take a right turn to go face down the row, and then we're going to go move forward again, which is basically going back to the start of the loop. So we move forward, and then it goes back and does this again, depending on how many times we have to loop through it. So all of those are the functions, and basically the program itself is an infinite loop, and it's going to shear the left, and then it's going to shear the right, and then it's going to wait 2 minutes. And then it's going to shear the left, and then it's going to shear the right, and then it's going to wait 2 minutes. And that allows the wool to regrow, and it seems to be working pretty good. So I'm happy with this. It's working nicely. It's a little more clean, and again, the code will be available on Pastebin, but I'll put the code in the description for the Pastebin link. And basically, to download it, let's see. So to download it, you do a Pastebin get, and then the Pastebin code, and then the file name. And that's all you need to do. And there's lots of instructions on the Computer Craft website on how to do that. So check it out. Let me know what you think. Version 3 of this, again, is going to hopefully incorporate auto-reloading of the shears. And it looks like I need to replace these guys. It's going to incorporate auto-reloading of the shears, and hopefully auto-reloading of the fuel. And you know, version 4, I'm hoping once I figure out how to do it, we'll hopefully be able to keep track of where it is. Not necessarily by GPS, although I know you can do that. I haven't got GPS set up yet. But in the least, it should be able to keep track of where it is, so that we can, if the server reboots or I log out or something, we're not using a chunk loader, which we're not, that it can find its way back to the chest, or at least know where it is so it can keep going, rather than, you know, having to go back and fiddle around with it to get it going again. So quite happy with the way that this has worked out. Where'd they go? There they are. And Sherman 2. There we go. Awesome. And actually, we can probably follow him along a bit. So you can see him do his thing. Shearing and then waiting 2 seconds, and then the right turn. So there we go. So I've been, as I say, letting him run for a while. He's been accumulating a lot of wool for me, which is awesome. So thank you, Mr. Turtle. And we're going to have to spruce this up a bit. So as I say, I've dug this out. I'd probably dug down another layer or two with the chisel. But we're going to reset the turtle up to continue digging down. I think we're going to go down to level 65, which is basically ground level, or sea level, so that we have access to the outside. But what I want to do, and there's the turtle there. We're not going to set that up right now, but what we are going to do is go down to the mine. It's awesome. I love that. That was really the only reason that I built that big cylinder as deep as I have, because I wanted to fall down into the little hole here. I've missed that a couple of times while I was working on stuff up there, but I'm getting better at it. So anyway, so this is the mine, and you can see in the mini map there that we've kind of done a circular branch mine. We've, I don't know, maybe got 3/4 of a stack of diamonds or something out of that, which is awesome. Looks like there's some mobs up in the south there. So we've basically filled up these iron chests, which used to be double chests, and now they're not, with cobblestone. So we've got lots of cobblestone that we can grind down into sand if we need it, which we will, because I do want to get into a rather interesting power generation system. So we've got all this stuff. We're gonna have to figure out a way to smelt this down and do some ore doubling or tripling maybe, depending on how we get things set up. I think we're probably going to look at using mechanism for that. But in order to do that, we need some power. But I'm not sure if we're going to get to that today. I want to do some other things. And I've got something in mind to do over at CatDog Pig Space, but he's logged in right now. So we're going to have to wait a bit to do that. So let's see what kind of shenanigans we can get up to in the meantime. How the hell did a wisp spawn around my base? I want to know. How do you get a wisp spawning here? I've seen them spawn in the nether. I'm wondering if they can make their way through the nether portals. Well, I know that they don't... Nothing makes their way through another portal. They just spawn, but it's kind of weird. But look what I found. CatDog's not on. Let's head over to his base. I want to leave him something. I forgot to hit record. So it looks like CatDog got his sheep back. I noticed in his recent episode that he was missing his sheep. For the record, it was not me. But I want to make sure that he realizes that. So we're going to leave him something. And I actually brought with me a couple of sheep just in case he didn't have any. So we'll leave him a little gift here on his front porch. Now, the last thing that I left for him, it took him a while to find it. So we'll make a little... we'll make certain that this one's a little more obvious. Be back in a sec. And once again, I forgot to hit record. Sorry. Oh, man. So I finished our little gift. And we've got a couple of sheep in it. A couple of pink sheep. And we're just writing a little message here. And then we can head down to the ground and clean up and show you what we've left behind. So let's see. Wasn't me. I've been framed. It doesn't fit. Wasn't me. But oh man, these signs are great, but they suck when you can't fit everything on there. Wasn't me, but thought I'd leave you a couple of friends. Couple of friends. Holy crap. Pair of friends. In case you got lonely. There we go. Alright, let's get out of here. Clean up this stuff here. See how it looks from the hill. Unfortunately, I still cannot fly, so I can't see what this looks like with any degree of ease. But that's okay. I am wondering if maybe we have the advanced genetics with the abilities turned on, because if we can do some advanced genetics and give ourselves flight, that would be kind of sweet. I'm not recording the building of this thing, but I'm recording the tearing down of the dirt. That just makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Hop down here, clean this stuff up. Alright, let's go see what this looks like. See if it doesn't look too derpy. Oop. A floating head watching over the sheep. Alright, well, Mr. Cat Dog, hopefully you enjoy it. I know you don't need the extra sheep, but you got them anyway. Hopefully it doesn't take you too long to chop that down. So we're going to get out of here, skedaddle, and I guess we'll see you next episode. If you have any comments or suggestions, please feel free to... Oh, that was easy to say. Please feel free to leave them below, and until next episode, please do take care. Hey, did you like what you just saw? Consider giving me a big thumbs up or leaving a comment below. Thanks for watching.